What are your instant regret moments with your so? My GF showed me a picture from her college track star days. Over the last few years we've grown more in love, and before my brain could process an intelligent response, I just blurted out, "Man, you used to be so skinny." "Oh, okay," as she walks away. What have idone.gif airplanesweeting.gif edit. A lot of y'all need to learn to communicate with those you love better. Love is patient, love is kind. Edit part der. I've really enjoyed reading all of your responses while at work today. We met in high school, so I pretty much did anything I could to impress her. She said she didn't like bananas, so for almost 6 years I've pretended to despise bananas and have to turn in an Oscar-worthy performance whenever I'm around her and we see one. I'm in too deep now. I have to eat them in secret. It's a heavy burden. I was 17 years old and my girlfriend at the time was packing for a trip. We were talking about the combination she should use for her luggage, and I suggested using the date of my birthday, since her birthday would be too obvious. She then tells me, "Oh, I already set it to October 13. And me, in my infinite wisdom, deadass said, "But why? That's an insignificant date." In 1 second her face went through half a dozen expressions, each one more terrifying than the last. In that moment I suddenly remembered, that was the day of our first date. Luckily, before she could murder me right there, I quickly blurted out, "Wait, that's the day we started going out," and all was forgiven. My GF had a problems with super puffy hands and fingers after running. "Wow, your arms, biceps, look so puffy." She looked at me and said my arms have never been puffy. Also, the time she wanted my honest opinion on her purple lipstick, there was a lot of tears. Furnit. We were wrestling and I was jokingly threatening him to shove my finger up his ass. I was fumbling around in the general area and accidentally duded his butthole gently. I thought it was lower down. Super gentle doot. And yet it was like the earth stood still. We both froze and he doesn't trust me around his butthole to this day, even though my accidental butthole doot happened like 10 years ago. At least commit to it by yelling oil check before doing it. I was trying to talk dirty with my wife. I meant to say put my fat cock in your mouth, but I got jumbled up and said put my cock in your fat mouth. That was the end of that little session. One day my girlfriend was texting me complaining about dealing with a certain coworker. The things she was complaining about were rather small, and I wasn't in a great mood and just wasn't ready to deal with it as I was also busy at work, so I made the mistake of texting her, "Hey, just relax." As soon as I saw the text send, I knew I had messed up bad. Follow it up with, "It's going to be okay. I'm here for you." Slite. Was giving my GF a massage and told her she had no shoulders, meaning she had no muscles. Boy, did she take that the wrong way and thought I called her fat. Elmao, I'm picturing what would happen if my so said I didn't have any shoulders. I tend to take things very literally, so I'd end up being like, if I didn't have shoulders, could I do this? Waves arms around like wavy wacky inflatable tube man. Slite. My boyfriend and I were talking about glasses frames because I need new ones. Him. What do you think about clear ones? Me. Nah, aren't those out of style now? I think they make people's faces look bad. Him. Oh. Guess who has clear frames, and walked away sadly into the kitchen. I still feel bad. Normally he wears contacts. One time we were making out early in the relationship and I paused the session to ask something. He, disappointed at the interruption, said, "You know, you're bad at making out." Then I watched his brain catch up to his mouth and an expression of "what have I done, oh no" instant regret cross his face. I laughed my ass off. We've been together 5 years. I have not forgotten. She did something that was just like her mother. I, of course, pointed that out, and I swear my soul was ripped from my body for a few moments from the stare she gave me. Damn babe, you give blowjobs just like your mother. My boyfriend asked me what my biggest insecurity was. Then he asked me if it was my nose. This was before we started dating. We were taking a shower together. I was super gassy. I opened the shower curtain to fart. It smelled terrible and the smell wasn't going away. Turns out I had sharted on the edge of the shower. My so handled it very well but immediately got out edit. Didn't realize this was on Ask Men, so obligatory. I'm not a man, but We work together. Different area of the building. I'm training a new girl. Found out she grew up in the same town, predominantly Spanish, as my GF. We start talking food, restaurants. She asks if I have ever been to insert Spanish restaurant. Wasn't sure, so I say, you know what? Come with me, I'll ask my girl and introduce you to her. I guess that pissed her off pretty bad. For 3 days she kept bringing it up. Being snarky with me and saying shit like, you take your new señorita to that restaurant yet? The new girl is a lesbian and has a girlfriend. That just sounds unhealthy. Blink twice if she made you type that. Que carajo acabas de decir de mí, perra? Quiero que sepas que me gradué como el primero de mi clase en los Navy SEALs. Y que he estado involucrado en numerosas redadas secretas en Al-Qaeda. Y tengo más de 300 muertes confirmadas. Estoy entrenado en la guerra de guerrillas y soy el mejor francotirador de todas las fuerzas armadas de los Estados Unidos. Para mí no eres más que otro objetivo. Te aniquilaré con una precisión como nunca antes se había visto en esta tierra. Recuerda mis malditas palabras. ¿Crees que puedes salirte con la tuya diciéndome esa mierda por internet? Piénsalo de nuevo, cabrón. Mientras hablamos, estoy en contacto con mi red secreta de espías a través de los EE. Y su IP está siendo restrita ahora mismo. Así que mejor prepares para la tormenta, gusano. La tormenta que aniquila a la pequeña cosa patética que llamas tu vida. Estás muerto, chico. Puedo estar en cualquier lugar, en cualquier momento. Y puedo matarte de más de 700 maneras. Y eso es solo con mis propias manos. No solo estoy extensamente entrenado en combate sin armas, sino que tengo acceso a todo el arsenal del Cuerpo de Marines de los Estados Unidos y lo usaré al máximo para borrar tu miserable trasero de la faz del continente, pequeña mierda. Si tan solo hubieras pedido saber que retribución impía te iba a traer tu pequeño comentario inteligente, tal vez te hubieras callado la boca. Pero no pudiste, no lo hiciste, y ahora estás pagando el precio, maldito idiota. Me cagaré de furia sobre ti y te ahogarás en ella. Estás muerto, muchacho. Editor. Gracias por el oro, amable desconocido. I'm so confused. Your GF was mad that you introduced the new girl you had to train at work to her? Or that you were talking with the new girls you had to train at work? Or was the new girl mad that you introduced her to your GF? Yeah, I don't get this one either. First date with now wife. Thai food. Great. We loved it. Awesome time. Dropped her off at home. Went inside to talk more since it was winter. After a 13-hour workday and a date, I promptly passed out. About an hour later, she's on the other couch dozing and watching me sleep. Well, what I haven't mentioned is that Thai food does a few things to me. Makes me insanely sleepy apparently. Gives me loud farts. I've been holding one in off and on again for the better part of 2 hours. I have PTSD and regularly jerk awake ready to fight. There I am, snoozing along with her peacefully dozing when incredibly that same fart decides to pull a sneaky escape. Due to the noise I jerk awake and start swinging. Either from the fart or the instant giggling from the other couch. I instantly realize what's happened and act like I'm asleep still. 10+ years and 4 kids later I still cringe about it. Probably not anything but cringy embarrassment. This might not be what you were looking for in the op, but, man, I still think about it once a week randomly. Edit. Mobile finger typos and syntax. Slite. Am I fat? No, answer the damn question. Not my but my date, which was a transfer student from abroad still learning my language. We were casually talking birthdays, and hers happened to be in September, so I asked her, are you a Virgo? Problem is that in my language we use the same word for Virgo and virgin, so I looked up and she was looking at me terrified for a second before I did an instant regret and explained that in my language Virgo and virgin are the same word. I'm 5'0". My boyfriend and I were at a party, and I met a friend of his called Tanya. Conversation in the car after the party. Me. Wow, Tanya is really sweet. And she's hot. Him. Well, she's short, so she automatically falls into the cute category. My 5'0" ass then just said oh. And he immediately realized what he said and frantically tried to backpedal. It was pretty funny. I was not offended. But I did bring it up every so often to annoy him. Edit. Formatting. I think he was trying to avoid calling her hot but didn't think far enough ahead. Slite. This one wasn't actually me, but my sister, sorry G. She and her boyfriend at the time had spent the night together for the first time and she has a sensitive stomach and is frequently gassy. She woke up early and felt the urge to fart, and remembered that a friend had told her that if she scooches to the edge of the bed, pointing her butt out of the covers and uses her hand to slightly spread her butt cheeks, it would be silent and wouldn't be trapped under the covers. So she did exactly that and heard her new boyfriend say, what just happened? Apparently she didn't realize there was a mirrored closet behind her and he had watched the entire thing. They are now happily married and trying to start a family.